hot.
We're back.
Producer said we're all hot here.
And we're back. We're hot.
I like it. She's like, y'all are hot.
And
Yeah.
it
Thank you
didn't take
very
us.
much. I'm going to take that as a personal
It took
compliment.
us 3 seconds to get her to snort. 3 seconds. That's
I
usually
know,
our goal
I
is to get her to
know.
snort at least
this
one
is
time.
the first show of the new year, so I may have to add a couple of other snorts in there for y'all.
Well, that is our Lauren Bacall. That is Teresa Kennedy with the Kennedy team,
Which
was
is
recently
kind of
rebranded.
up in
and-
I
Woodlands.
just rebranded, yes. Starting from, sometimes you got to go back to go forward. So I just kind of took a look at where I'd been and where I want to go, and just did a lot of praying. And it was kind of cool because at church, the first Sunday of the year, I go to Lakewood and the Ark, because when I don't have my kids, I go into Houston to listen to Joel at the Lakewood, and then I go to the Ark, which is an extension of Lakewood in the Woodlands area. And he talked about, how we all say we want to make a change. We're going to change for the better. We're going to lose weight. We're going to do that. Well, the first way that we can make a change is by watching our words. And so 1 Peter chapter 3, verses 8 through, I think it's 16 or 20, y'all read that, because it talks about if you, just speak good, you're going to be blessed, because the Lord doesn't,
I am in so much trouble.
It is. No, but it's really, really good. So, and also for the month of January, fasting, one thing that you are like, you love, and saying the Lord's Prayer, because a lot of people, when you talk about prayer and praying, you're just like, well, I don't really know what to pray. Well, just the simplest thing, the Lord's Prayer. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. And I've been saying it 3 to 5 times a day, asking for blessings. And it has just been an amazing, amazing year. I love to give my testament about prayer and God's blessings, because y'all, it's just going to be amazing. Things are falling in my lap.
And, speaking of things, you do a lot of stuff for community. In fact, one of the things you did last year was Meals on Wheels. We did the Rat Pack participated with you in regards to your ice rink, and Meals on Wheels is something very important to you, and a lot of seniors that are going through issues right now.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. So our elder, they are a lot wiser than we are. And so I've tried to teach my kids. We always bake them cookies. We go to the nursing homes and sing. No one even knows I'm a real estate agent, because I do not do that for that. I do it because I want my kids to respect our elders and not be fearful of them.
I respect Rob.
And Rob, do you want me to punch him?
Yeah, that's okay. I'll take care of it later.
So you guys know that I had a little brother die of cancer. So charities for kids with cancer, like Sunshine Kids, are close to my heart. But I wanted to also start helping in other ways. And Meals on Wheels in Montgomery County, it's something amazing. We did at my ice skating event in November. That was one of the charities, and I had so many people come up to me and tell me that Meals on Wheels saved their parents that lived up north, because they're not able to physically get out and drive and get food, so they could starve to death if we don't have someone to go and deliver meals. And I'm a volunteer once a week, 1 hour. There are 400 elderly people on the waiting list in Montgomery County alone.
Wow.
And it literally
You hear
takes
that, Montgomery County realtors? Get out there and help. 45
minutes to be oriented. They have an orientation that you sit, and it's just I mean, wow. It's so easy. It takes, like I said, 1 hour out of your day. I think as a community, I love what you guys, Renee and Rob, when y'all were saying, like, real estate just isn't about being a realtor. It's about giving back. And I think as a mom, especially, it's my responsibility to make this world a better place for my children and to be a good example for them, because you can't change other people, but what you can do is be a great example to others.
That's how you get a legacy.
And just, watch your words. And,
watch your words.
Speak.
A lesson to you, Chris. Watch your words.
Well, one of the things, and I know at this event I was talking about this, I was a little guardian of my grandfather who passed away now, but he was 93 years old when he passed, and so he was suffering from dementia and Alzheimer's. And he was legal guardian for about 8 years. And so I had to use Meals on Wheels, and let me tell you, he lived up in the Fort Worth area.
Yep.
And so without that service, without being able to give him that type of attention, I don't know what I would have done.
It's great.
It's amazing.
And you don't even have to. Let's say that you're like, you know what, I just don't feel comfortable driving and delivering meals. You can also, they have a telephone reassurance program as well, where you can volunteer to call someone and just say, hey, how you doing? You know, just wanted to check in on you. How's everything? Are you enjoying your meals? Do you have any changes? Because some of these, they have like no family close by.
Right.
And so let's say they're in the hospital. Well, no one's going to know they're in the hospital. And so it's just great to kind of, I really think giving back, like you were talking about too, Chris, when you give back and you don't expect anything in return, that's when the blessings and the true beauty of God shines through. Like, let them see me and you. That song is one of my favorite songs.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's how we should all try to live.
And then I saw some quote the other day. Basically, it says education is at the foot of an elderly person. They all have a great history. They've all have been in business. They have wisdom, and so it's something that we tend to ignore is our elderly. Everyone kind of embraces the youth, and that's pretty well known. And of course, they're the up and coming. But the elderly is the one that has, possesses all the wisdom. So be kind to me.
I've always got a funny story. So my grandfather, he suffered from Alzheimer's. And so when he got really bad, one time I wanted my daughter to see her great-grandfather. So we went up to Fort Worth, and we walked in there, and she's, 6 years old. And she's 5 years old, actually. So, walks in, my grandfather, he goes, well, who's this? And I go, it's my daughter, Regina. And how old are you? And she's like, 5. Really? And whose daughter are you? He's my daddy, right? And then like 2 seconds later, she's like, and what's your name again? And she's like, Regina. And how old are you? She's like, 5. She's all happy. By the 50th time, she's like, 5. And she looks over and she's like, Daddy, he will not stop asking me the same question. Well, here's the funny part about this. I was able to explain to her, about what he was going through, about the mental problems, et cetera, et cetera. I use that as a learning experience, and nowadays, my daughter, when somebody goes through something or something like that will happen, she's like, "Now, Daddy, I know he was older. Do you think he was losing his memory?" And not referring to you, Rob, but do you think he was losing his memory?
That's 3 references. You used up your quota.
Hey, you know what? Rob drives a really rear Harley Davidson.
We will put that picture on the Rat Pack website, by the way.
Gosh,
Yes.
of me on it. Oh,
but the good thing is I use that as a learning experience for my daughter to understand that people go through things in life. And it's important to respect that. And you mentioned, knowledge is in the foot of it. But elder, you can also use those as experience to teach others.
You absolutely can. And when I was saying about like taking, making cookies and stuff and going to the nursing home, what's so cool in these nursing homes, they have dogs, cats, birds, rabbits. They have all these animals in there. So my kids, I noticed, and my boys' friends come with us because they're like, and so it's really cool because they talk about it with their friends now. Oh, Tristan's mom, Miss Teresa, took us to go sing to these old people, and they've got cats and dogs and rabbits, and it makes, I think, the children more comfortable to see that environment, and they get. I mean, who wouldn't love my little one, Max, who's now almost 4 years old? But I mean, when he was a baby, just like these grandparents, or they've never been a grandparent, these elderly people looking at my youngest one and just loving on him, and he loves right back on him, and it just is so important.
You have to have perspective too. And one of the worst things to do is to judge a book or a person by its cover. And it always occurs to me when I look at somebody in their late 70s, 78, 79, those people who you look at them now and they look like, elderly, getting older people, they were the greasers. I mean, back in the 50s.
Yeah, we're not referring to Rob.
Greasers. They were the sock hop kids, and they were the original
we got
rock and roll
3 times so
generation.
4 times.
It's funny when you see them in the parking lot, ambling across the parking lot, you realize, wow,
Yeah.
He was there. He was like, wow, Buddy Holly, this new guy, Buddy Holly just came out. You got to hear this new record. I mean, that was them.
Yeah.
And so, and they still feel that same way inside, as we all do. I mean, your inner voice never ages.
Yeah.
And so they're still the greasers in their minds, and they have so much to say and so much to tell us.
The coolest stories, too.
I'm telling you.
Really cool stories.
So you really can't look at people the way they are now.
No.
And make prejudicial judgments. It's a terrible thing.
No,
but and that is a very good point, by the way, because I think too many people try to judge people, the book by its cover, right? And we talk about this, it being in real estate, everyone judging, that they look at a home on the outside and they go, don't want to go in. It might be the most gorgeous home on the inside, but we talk about the curb appeal. And I think that's unfortunately what we do also in general. Sometimes you'll see somebody and it's that curb appeal, right? It's this person I want to be with or I don't want to be with, or I think they're mean or whatever it is. And a lot of times you don't really understand something until you peel back that.
And why
that
they've
cover.
got that guard even sometimes,
right.
And here's my whole thing is I try to approach people so that they don't necessarily have to have that guard. And when I do see that, I have, and I don't know if it's because of all my years, y'all know, I mean, these guys know me. I mean, I've been in Curb Your Enthusiasm and feature films and stuff. So before I moved back home to sell real estate, I was an actress and I've been in films and TV. My acting coach would talk about contagion, and giving someone their space. So in real estate, we talk about mirror and matching. So whenever someone does have that guard, it's kind of like to make them feel comfortable so that they open it is taking a step back and kind of, giving them that space so that they feel comfortable and not being too pushy with them.
Now, do you ever find as an actress, you're like, this home is great?
Oh, Larry David was awesome. He'd make us all sit in the same trailer. So it'd be, Jeff Garner, myself, Cheryl Hines, Larry David, and the producers. And because there was no script, it was all ad lib, like just bouncing off one another.
Those
it was
people
really
had
cool.
entirely too much fun on that show.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. It was funny that because, in fact, a client of mine, the Edwards, I got a text the other night. We were watching TV and look at who we saw. And they took a picture of their TV screen, and there I was with Larry David. And I'm like, dadgum, I was skinny.
You are still skinny, so I don't know. I don't know how much skinnier you can get.
Let me tell you.
So that is really good. Well, how can we reach you, Teresa?
You can reach me at thekennedyteam.net or 281-799-3927. I have revamped my Facebook business page. It is The Woodlands Homes and Lifestyles, and it's the symbol for and. I've got 1,200 likes, so
Yay.
Get on there and like it, you guys, because there's a lot of community information on there. It's all about community, and if y'all want to know how you can help with Meals on Wheels, visit my business page, and if you need any help in buying or selling, give me a call.
That is the great Teresa Kennedy. We are going to take a break. Jennifer, I know you are out there, by the way. We're going to take your phone call right when we get back. We've got an open mic segment that come up, and we got Bill Napick who stopped by.
Well, we already gave him his plug.
And so we know how that works. So we're going to take a break right now, but stay tuned. We'll be right back.
I could have another, but I probably should not. I got somebody at home. It's been a long night here and a long night there, and these long